fair to say, Stoke-on-Trent would have put together an 8-man team. It would have been a bit lively. He'll stay around that area. Tops to break straight back.
Game shot on the second leg. Andy Hamilton.
Break straight back he does. Obviously now with the ADC
43.
affiliation, there could be anybody coming through that
25.
system. What you've got to do is get yourself down to your ADC events, pick up enough points, and you'll find yourself in a TV tournament.
Game shot on the fourth
We may
leg.
find ourselves
Andy Hamilton.
a super
By 108.
and a happy sportsman is a dangerous one. Trouble 19 for double 16, the modern route for the 108.
Game
And
shot.
Andy
and the
Hamilton's
match.
finishing
Andy
there
Hamilton.
in that match. Absolutely outstanding. 4 from 6, 66 points.
Over the next couple of days,
40.
mixing up this part of the board.
He'll be there or thereabouts, won't he?
Game shot on the first leg.
No
Martin
stress at all.
Adams.
Martin
20.
Yep.
Game shot on the second leg.
Well, that's
Thibaut
sort of,
Tricole.
well, it does back up your stats that you found this morning. Well, the fact that he wears jewellery on his throwing hand is another one that absolutely mystifies me. I'd be the same. I don't like to feel like there is anything there that throw a slightly wide big 18, and if you pinch the double, happy days. Trouble 19 for double 12. Long way off.
69.
Let's continue this
Thibaut
upward curve.
40.
Lost the opening leg, came back with a 16. He's now on for a 13.
Game shot on the third leg.
Good response.
Thibaut Tricole.
Thibaut gets the first breaker throw in this match.
There it was, but his running average for the year was around 86. He started off on day one and he was up in the high 90s. By the end of the week, guess what? It was on that 86 graph.
This is a quality performance here from Tricole. I was about to say, the Aka Buster, Martin Adams 4-7. Tricole is 44 points away from victory.
Thibaut, you require 44.
Goes to lead the 16s.
Game shot.
And just like his
and the
stats
match.
suggest,
Thibaut
50%
Tricole.
is what he needs. 2 darts to get that wrapped up.
52.
The third consecutive
Game
breaker
shot on the
throw.
third leg.
And
Robert
it goes.
Thornton.
To level it up.
74.
He's got the line right, but nowhere
Robert,
near.
you
That's
require 49.
just a lift. You can see him looking at his hand. He's raised it there.
Game shot on the
And
fourth
he's smiling
leg.
at the back of the stage,
Robert
but he won't be
Thornton.
laughing for long. So that's the first holder throw there on him. So
171.
Does practice with a player we've seen plenty of here, Daryl Pilgrim. He's a very good player himself.
player has had a lot of success here, which might be something we see from Robert Thornton in a couple of darts' time. He's left himself on 32 after 12. Jesus went out in 13, which was the best leg of the game in the last one. Thornton won't match that. But he does match the achievement of Thibaut Tricole and Andy Hamilton in
24 after 12. Adams applying the pressure.
180. Matt, you
cute.
require 24.
Just like I said, we can expect some 180s. And some missed doubles.
21.
Yeah, that's just something that will come with.
140. Martin, you
Well, I say
require
experience,
12.
but he has been playing a long time, but it's hard for me
Game
to
shot on
be
the second leg.
overly
Martin Adams.
critical.
Martin, you require
And
120.
that's what that was there. It's a lack of grip, but what that can do is that can cause a bit of a negative. You can always feel a bit of embarrassment.
And you can then tend to overgrip.
80.
You want to have a very light grip. You don't want to overgrip, but you also don't want to undercook it.
29.
He looks beaten.
Martin, you require 40.
Might be beaten in a couple of darts' time.
Maybe, exactly, a couple.
Game,
and it is
shots, and
Martin
the match.
Adams.
Martin Adams.
With a fairly low-key display in averages. We had it in tennis for many years. Treble 19 for double 12 or 45-36. Traditional.
32. Robert, you require 40.
It looks like Michael van Gerwen might be about to retake
Game
that
shot on the second leg.
honour.
Robert Thornton.
Robert Thornton's retaken the throw now. Levels us back up, but
119.
good lead there from Thornton. Didn't like the line on the 20s,
66.
uses the 16s. This 66 doesn't look like a big checkout, but unless you get this first dart right, you're only getting one dart. One dart. Which one will he pick? It looks like he's trying to set up tops.
Double 12.
Be 12s.
54.
Well, this leg's just been messy, hasn't it, from start
Robert,
to
you
finish.
require 32.
And Andy Hamilton does a little trip on the hockey. Remember a few years ago, Robert Thornton nearly fell off the stage in a game against Phil Taylor.
Remember Kirk Shepherd, I think he broke his ankle, didn't he?
No score.
Yeah, the PDC put out a video of the best dart celebrations, and they did one of Kirk Shepherd. But one thing a lot of people don't know is that Kirk Shepherd actually ripped his trousers.
Yes, he did. Who is going to get over the line in this one?
No score.
Yeah, I didn't like that. They were sort of laid
Robert,
across the bed.
32.
The flight was in the way. Gives Robert Thornton a chance to get the first holder throw in this match. Very rare we see Robert down this area of the board. Normally he likes to leave tops.
Robert Thornton.
It's worked.
23 darter. One of mine. My goodness. Maybe that will just take the shackles off.
180. And do you require 36? Game shot on the fifth leg.
That moves Hamilton one leg away from the match. So another 3 darts there for Andy
93.
Hamilton. Same targets.
And do you require 20?
Will it be a different result?
Game, shots, and the match.
And
Andy Hamilton
finds the double 10. Yeah.
This one, because for me, Tebow's the last player standing who doesn't have question marks over them after the first couple of games.
180. She required 170.
It's still down to 136 after 9.
And this is just another example. Oh, ball for the 170.
Game shot on the second
Fantastic
leg.
finish there
Jesus
from
Nogueira.
Jesus Nogueira. He took out the 102 in the opening, but that one is the biggest finish that we will see this week. We might see it matched, but we cannot see it bettered because of Ollam.
Tebow, you require 96.
Regardless of that, Tebow is 96 points away after just 9 darts on the match. This could be an 11.
Game, shots, and the
that
match.
was
Tebow
a quality
Tricole.
match. As Charlie just called that one in there. Really good, tight game. Both players. And he was impressive. Very, very good. That's only his 3rd ever match. And it was probably one of the most enjoyable matches I've seen this year. It was very, very entertaining. Very good match.
Well, I did see some of the feedback from it, from the boxing community.
180.
We're usually anti, pretty much.
74.
Of course I will.
Game shot on the third leg.
This is
Matt Jackson.
much better from Matt Jackson.
90.
The local league in Southampton, the singles league, he did it again.
65.
He only needed to do it once.
Matt, you require 16.
And for the match, a comprehensive win, double 4. Just settles himself, resets, bumping off that.
Game,
and in
shots,
it goes.
and the match. Matt
And
Jackson.
An 18 dart hold gets the job done. Tried to adjust on the fly, and there was a rotation at the wrist at the end of the action, and you've seen the result. The dart was nowhere near the target.
$180.
First max of the match goes to Nogueira, and in fact, I do believe that's his first of the day.
30.
And what a time to do it when you're in the opening leg against a multiple-time world champion. You're trying to break that throw nice and early. You kick in your first max of the day. And look at this follow-up.
123.
Nearly 6 perfect darts to set up 24. He'll be back for 72. Maybe Martin's going to do a T-bow and get off to a slow start
45.
and improve.
Jesus requires 72.
Not sure how much darts Martin's been playing of late.
And that wasn't an ideal dart. Losing that line means in 166, which guarantees
Game shot on the
6
first
darts
leg.
at the
Jesus
finish.
Nogueira.
Or the double 14.
It's a bonus.
93.
That is a well
Martin,
thrown
you
dart.
required
So
24.
Martin Adams will get his first dart at a double in this game. It's going to be at the 12s. It shows the quality of the game so far. Is it a 180, a 177, 3 140 pluses?
Game shot on the
And
third
that is his
leg.
first visit
Martin
to the board at
Adams.
a double, and he takes it with the last one in hand on the 3s.
Game shot on the fourth leg. Martin
This
Adams.
Quality from Martin Adams. You had 15 points.
Jesus requires
on the
64.
table.
Staggering.
Game shots.
We warned you
and
at the
the
start of
match.
that game that there was
Jesus
value
Nogueira.
there. And Jesus Nogueira lands the value with another solid performance. That has not come out the blue. He's been doing that all day. Another average around the mid-90s mark, but Jesus gets his first points on the board. He lost opening game to Robert Thornton. Impression that the players feel
And
this
he
is that
required
exchange.
120.
Andy Hamilton takes this. He'll have the throw twice to win the match.
We've already seen that a few times today, haven't we? Where there's been an exchange of absolute quality. And then I think that's tops. It is tops.
Game shot on the fourth leg.
Well, he
Andy
took an 80 out in
Hamilton.
the, out.
Tens. Tebow is doing the old Phil Taylor bite the flights with the nerves.
50.
He will return. Andy Hamilton, was that a plie?
Tebow, you
Was it on the
required
throw there?
20.
2 match darts for Hamilton. Tricole make him pay. 1 left. Doesn't like the look of it. That was a tell.
Game shot on the fifth
wow.
leg. Tebow
What a dart
Tricole.
from double 10 for double 18. Bang in the middle.
Game
And
shot.
Andy
And
Hamilton
the match.
puts the
Andy
hammer down on that
Hamilton.
one. That one is done. Andy Hamilton 4-2 victory over Tebow Tricole.
You require
They did
32.
have a couple of events prior to that where they were cross-code events, but the first one to happen on these shores and with some success was the Slam in 2007. And that was when the BDO still had a little
Game
bit of
shot on the first leg.
strength
Martin
and
Adams.
depth, of course. And it was always that intrigue, who was the best, who was better.
Second
Martin,
leg,
of
it's
course,
Martin
did play
to throw
some
first.
PDC events
Game on.
back in the day. Played in the match play. Played in the Grand Prix as well. Why do I think he played in the Grand Prix? Maybe not.
Remember the year he played in the match play, actually, because I was there for that. So it was, he used to go as a season ticket holder.
180. 32.
It'd be an advantage.
Game shot on the third leg. Martin
Much better
Adams.
leg. He's
Far too late.
95.
that was for 4-0. Which in this format is massive against Thornton.
123. Martin, you require 16.
This is to wrap things up. Full zip, 8-8, 4-4. Other side of the board gives that a long old look. Shake of the head from Thornton.
Game, shot, and the
It
match.
is a
Martin
17
Adams.
darter and a solid enough display from Martin Adams. 9 bow position,
Sivo,
feet
you require
position,
25.
head, shoulder. I think that's why it's very hard to work with players who have already
Game
got
shot on the second
all
leg.
of those bad
Sivo
habits.
Tricole. Matt, you
How's
require
that only
32.
60?
Game
Ooh,
shot on the
finds the
fourth
top corner.
leg. Matt Jackson. 58. Matt, you require 130.
Another chance to keep this one alive. There's the 60. There's another 5-5.
Game
Tremendous
shot on the fifth
from Matt
leg.
Jackson.
Matt Jackson.
A 130 out. A 15 darter and a break of throw. Now he's
Sixth leg, it's
getting
Matt
himself.
170, and that one would have been for the
Matt, you require
match.
20. Game shot on the sixth leg.
backs up to
Matt
15.
Jackson. 44. Tebow, you require 20. Game, shot,
And that
the match.
wraps it
Tebow
up.
Tricole.
Thibaut Tricole lost his last game against Andy Hamilton, and then
Scott Williams, of course, topping it this year and going on to do enough in other areas to qualify for the Worlds.
180.
we're going to see Scott.
Require
New York's a bit
81.
of a bucket list location, so we'll be going
Absolutely.
through there.
To Madison Square Garden, Grand Central Station. Well, he's
41.
doing what we were talking about earlier and saying
And you require
you can't take out
167.
167.
I always say in my head, if you're good, he's looking at him and he's glaring and he's going, if you're good enough, Andy. Oh. He knows what he's done. He's looking at him, he's glaring. Is he going to get dellared?
Game shot on the
Andy
second
Hamilton
leg. Andy Hamilton
sees out the 167. Jesus Nogueira gave him the chance. He teed it up. He knew what he did. He was staring him down.
No chance. Ooh.
22.
Well, the 3-3, of course, would have meant no finish.
Jesus, you require 32.
I find it interesting that he took a lot of time to ponder. The fact he chose to go for 2 double 19s and then wasn't even sure whether to go for 1.
Game shot on the fourth leg. Jesus Nogueira.
That 96, so he's actually getting stronger as the day
Yeah.
went.
He's right up against it here. And that's
44.
not enough.
Jesus, you require 71.
39-32 or 51 for double 10. There's the 51.
Game
And
shot
the double
and the
5, a
match.
15
Jesus Nogueira.
darter for Nogueira and completes the comeback. 2-0 down, reels off 4.
96.
This would be a good way to get him going tops for the double-double.
56.
When Robert Thornton's playing well, Robert Thornton hits
Tebow, you
tops
require
every time.
57.
He makes things happen, doesn't he? When he's on it. Oh,
Game shot on the
rescued
second
the
leg.
situation
Tebow
very,
Tricole.
very well.
Flag bearer of that would be Roby John Rodriguez.
12.
For sure.
Tebow, you require 32. Game shot on the
Oh,
fourth
it's not
leg.
pretty.
Tebow Tricole.
Bit scrappy.
Kicks with a 140.
180.
This time Charlie gets to complete the call. 'Cause all three are actually in the treble 20.
140.
calls it again. Robert Thornton is on the 9, something he has done 3 times in his career, something he has done on the double start, double finish format, something that's only happened by 3 players. Robert Thornton, James Wade, Brendan Dolan.
For Thornton, double 18 for tops. He'll stay there.
56. Tebow, you require 96.
Match shot. When you get match darts, we get 1. And that's all he needs.
And the match.
Tebow Tricole wraps it up with a 96 finish. It was a little bit scrappy and messy in places. Jesus was 8-11 this morning, even money Jackson.
Button.
Game shot on the second leg. Martin Adams.
Fantastic finish there from Martin Adams. 1, 2, 3 on the ball. Andy Hamilton took a shot out on the ball in the very last game. That was the 1-6-7.
Third leg, it's Andy to throw first.
Jesus offered him up. A few tired darts being thrown here, I think, at the minute.
Yeah, there's a little bit of fatigue involved. Here comes the max.
180.
That is the first of the game. Bumps the Adams average up to 94. But what it has done is give him a massive opportunity to get this wrapped up here. 136 to go.
136.
That's at it. All about teeing this up. Single 16. Tops 96. After 12. Lovely.
That's the ideal when you're playing against the throw, isn't it? Forces your opponent to think 15. 15, the 100 average. Not something you want to be chasing. That's good. Hits the max we said earlier. Andy Hamilton.
34. Martin, you required 10.
It's not a nice double, is it?
Is he feeling Sinatra?
Game, shots,
the end
and the
is
match.
near, the end
Martin
is here.
Adams.
It is a victory for Martin Adams. He gets his first victory on the board where he actually loses a leg, but that is a good turnaround that for
You require 56.
and time on his hands.
Game shot on the third leg.
Confirms the
Matt
hold.
Jackson. Game shot on the fourth leg. Jesus Nogueira.
And Tom plus
Fifth
out.
leg, it's Matt to throw
To break
first.
back. Nogueira with a 16 darter. And again, gives himself that cushion.
180.
It is unfortunate, but it's a bonus. 14 for tops to stay in the match.
31. Jesus, you required 20.
Slug of water. 2 tens.
Game,
And 2
shot,
tens
and the match.
he finds.
Jesus Nogueira.
And it is Nogueira who finishes off this.